Tennesseans, organizations, partners to follow both National Weather Service and TEMA on social media for important updates and information. Slightly different to what we were planning. We have Chief of Staff Alex Pelham here today, so I'm going to go ahead and kick it off to him.
Thank you and good morning. As Kristen noted, the State Emergency Operations Center is currently at a level 3 activation. With that, we're working with our local partners as they continue life safety measures in our affected counties in Northeast Tennessee. With that, we're working with Tennessee Valley Authority monitoring dams. As you know, last night, the Nolichucky, there was a potential imminent breach. We've worked with TVA to confirm that the Nolichucky is not in that state anymore and that we have no dam failures that are reported at the moment. Just to reiterate where we are, as Kristen noted, Governor Lee issued Executive Order 105, which declared the emergency. Last night, we were informed by FEMA that Governor Lee's request for public assistance in the emergency declaration was granted. It was granted for multiple counties in total, with Carter, Johnson, and Unicoi being full public assistance and limited public assistance for Cocke, Hawkins, and Washington. Earlier this morning, Director Patrick Sheehan pushed an updated request to FEMA, which would upgrade Cocke County to a full public assistance, as well as adding Greene County and Hamlin County for full public assistance. Volunteers are being asked to wait until life safety measures are completed in these counties so they don't interfere with the first responders as they perform this important work. As we look at donations, we also would like to reiterate that cash donations are typically the best option at this point for survivors. One of the areas you can look at is the East Tennessee Foundation to complete that action. We know this is going to be a very long recovery, as most disasters are. We've just asked that you continue to look out for your families, look out for your communities, look out for your neighbors, as well as look at reunification points. That's an important piece that we're going to see in the next couple of days as we continue to recover. TEMA is working with local authorities to put together a call-in number, a coordination point, and once that's established, we will push that out through our website, social media, and other methods. With that, I will stop my brief and open it up to any questions.
We do already have some questions, and I'm going to kick those off first. As I mentioned earlier, if you have questions, please feel free to add those in the chat. So first, with WBIR, we have, where are the crew members deployed in the East Tennessee region?
So we have crew members, or district coordinators, we call them, from TEMA in every affected region in Northeast Tennessee, working in different capacities, whether it's coordinating life safety measures with our local first responders or working on damage assessment coordination at the moment.
When was the last time TEMA saw storm impacts in Tennessee like what we have experienced with Helene, and was it a larger impact than normal?
Thank you. So I think it's a little premature to talk about the scope of what we're looking at right now. As you know, as the waters go down, we continue to reevaluate the situation, and each emergency and disaster that we face has different challenges. And as we continue to work through that, we continue to provide life safety measures. It'd be a little premature really to talk about the scope of this at the moment and compare it.
For areas that did see flooding, what precautions should residents take, especially when it comes to drinking water in the area?
So I would tell you just to monitor the locals' warnings. Pay attention to what's going on. Look at if there are any boil water notices, if there's disruption. Be careful with the water that you're drinking. If it's contaminated, there are obviously health issues at hand. If you have a system that is compromised, look at bottled water as an option.
That concludes the questions from WBIR. We do have some from WJHL. What efforts are being made to help people stranded due to roads and bridges being impassable? People are without power, water, internet. Will they be evacuated, or will supplies be brought to them?
So we have multiple agencies that are working on this effort, working with local authorities in coordination with THP as well as the National Guard. Tennessee Highway Patrol is working through Motorist Assist. So if there are motorists that are on the side of the road or people that are stranded. They are working to assist them. We also have multiple helicopters that are up in the air, both doing analysis of sites, looking for people that may have issues, but also performing evacuations and hoist operations as needed.
Can you also please provide an update on the I-26 closure in Unicoi County? Are any drivers still stranded? Is there an estimate for how long it will be closed?
So at this point, the duration of the closure is unknown. THP is working and turning drivers around as they come westbound from North Carolina. Soon there'll be barricades that are up there, but at the moment, we need to evaluate, the structural integrity of the roads, and until then, that's where we stand.
We did have an additional question in the chat. With the Nolichucky Dam no longer in breach, what are the next steps to monitor this dam and other dams in parts of East Tennessee?
So that is a big piece of what we do in our partnership with TVA, and now in coordination with North Carolina Emergency Management with their dams that may affect Tennessee. We hold regular briefings and coordinate with them to provide any updates that are needed.
Are there any new fatalities?
Right now, it's premature. We're still getting our arms around the scope of this incident. If there are confirmed fatalities, those will be confirmed by the Tennessee Department of Health and pushed out in flash reports or other notifications.
That concludes the questions that we've received in the chat. Does anybody have any additional questions before we move on?
All right, thank you for your time.
Okay, everybody, that concludes today's news briefing. At this time, we do not have another one scheduled, but we will be sending out an email with updated information for the next news briefing. We've been sending it out via email. If you're not receiving that information for some reason, please email us at tema.info@tn.gov, and we will be sure to send you the updated information as we send it out. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and end this news briefing. Thank you.